What's up, world? Uko here from Better Therapy. Now, welcome to lesson 4, the role of vulnerability in finding your purpose. So, even though you put so much effort in those core values and finding your authentic purpose, you still have to realize that there's some imperfection there and there will always be imperfection there. What we don't want to happen is for you to lose sight of that quest for truth. So, even though you have a clear goal and a clear authentic purpose and what seems like clear core values, those values and that purpose will continue to adjust for the rest of your life. And you have to remember that to maintain that humility and that curiosity mindset as you move forward with the purpose driven mindset. There's kind of a tug of war between the three minds, between all the mindsets. But that tug of war is healthy. It's what ensures growth. Also, if your direction doesn't seem clear, like if your purpose seems kind of foggy or you're not sure about your core values or your authentic purpose, you still feel like you're trying to figure out, even though you've already done all these things and all these exercises and all this thought, that's okay too. That's even expected. That's probably more likely because you're just getting started. So don't be fake confident. You want to be authentically confident. Seeking truth continually will result in you refining your values continuously. Sometimes you're going to feel really, really confident about your core values and your purpose and your goals. And sometimes you're going to find something out new, or you're going to have a new experience that's earth shattering and it causes you to adjust things and change things. And that's okay. That's expected. That means that you're continuing to grow. Businesses are the same way. Things change, markets change. They have to reevaluate themselves. They have to grow. In the worksheet, you're going to explore uncertainty in several areas of your life, in your identity, in your beliefs, and in your values. And I want you to be as honest as possible while doing this. Attempt to be vulnerable. Attempt to open yourself up about this. I do this a little bit. I have a little bit of experience in doing this with a group. I'm part of what's called an executive forum. And basically, it's 6 people who have leadership jobs in the businesses they work for, and we sit around a table once a month, just all 6 of us. The doors are closed, the sound is like soundproof, nobody can hear in there, and it's kind of like a group therapy session where we do what's called a 5% reflection. So the idea behind this is that 95% of the things we talk about are things that we tell almost anybody, but there's 5% of things that kind of are going on inside of our minds and inside of our hearts that we don't share with anybody. And the whole goal is to open up about that 5%. They talk about what's called a Johari's window. So in one portion of that window, you have things that everybody knows and things that you know. So things that you'll tell anybody about, right? It might be something like, I like bananas, or I like sugary foods, or I went to college. Then there's a section of that window that are things that you know, but you don't really want to share to other people. You don't want to tell people those things. Like maybe you feel really guilty about your relationship with your dad. So something that you know, but you don't want to tell anybody else about. Then there's things that other people know about you, but you don't know. Like, for example, maybe other people recognize that you're stubborn or you don't really listen to criticism or take criticism very well, but you don't really see that in yourself. And then there's a 4th window, and that's kind of things that other people don't know and things that you don't know. And the idea is that other people in this group, other people will tell me or the people in the group things that they don't see in themselves, and they'll open up about things that they don't normally open up about. So things that other people don't know that they know. And as you do that, you kind of open up this 4th window, these what's called unknown unknowns about yourself. So you're revealing things that you don't really tell other people, and people are revealing things to you that they normally wouldn't tell you. That's the challenge. That's kind of a struggle. That's being vulnerable on both ends, from your end and from the other people's end who are giving you that criticism. And that opens up the unknown unknowns, and within that is where potential lies. And that's kind of what we're attempting to do with this exercise, exploring uncertainties, opening up about things. This is why I constantly suggest or recommend that you do this with another person, because sometimes you'll express the way that you think about something, or you'll try to open up about something, and somebody will repeat it to you, but they'll say it in a different way because they're listening to what you're saying, but from a different perspective. The other person has had different life experiences, they're from different places, they see things differently. So when they articulate what you just said and what they think they heard you say, it can open up new insights. That's a lot of the magic that happens in individual therapy. Somebody says something, talks about their problems, and the therapist repeats back what they think they're hearing and then provides advice. And within that back and forth, new pockets of insight, pockets of knowledge and wisdom kind of open up outside the realm of interventions and therapeutic modalities and things like that. It's very organic how it happens. It really can happen between any two people as long as they're being as honest as they possibly can be. And it really does require an internal and emotional strength to open up about things that you hold really close to you or that have a very strong emotional attachment to you. Building vulnerability will give you the power to release and express emotions once you're in the face of failure, once you experience failure, which will result in you being more resilient. In the next section, we're going to discuss building resilience through purpose.